What are you waiting for?
What is up, guys? Welcome to today's video. Happy New Year, everybody. It is finally 2024. Let's start this year off right with a bang. You can do what it says right at the bottom of the screen. Guys, you can become a member of my channel today. You can send me a super thanks. You can send me a super chat and live streams now. Guys, let's start this year off great. I'm so excited to be back another year in this YouTube journey, and I thank you for the support thus far. So let's keep it going. In today's video, we will be ranking cops from throughout the Arrowverse, detectives, captains, all of that stuff, the main ones that we see all the time. We'll be ranking them from worst to best. Remember, this is my list, not your list. Yours may be in a different order, but let me know down below in the comment section what you think about. Without further ado, let's jump right into that. So, right off the bat, let's just be completely honest. The worst captain, detective, whatever, the worst cop in the Arrowverse would have to be Anna Lopez from Black Lightning. Guys, she was on the hunt for Jennifer, or Jen as they were, well, JJ as they were calling her because of the whole thing with China and McClain at the time. But she was on the hunt for her. She injected herself with that meta serum. She got powers to fight her. Like, she was just going batshit crazy. Like let's just be honest. She was a horrible cop. Like, a horrible captain, a horrible replacement for Bill Henderson, who should have never been wiped off the face of this show in the first place. But that's a conversation for another day. But yes, guys, she is at the very bottom of this list. She was god awful. And I don't feel bad for saying that. The actress was giving it her all, but it came off as campy and the material was just trash. Possibly because season 4 was kind of trash. You get what I mean. She's down there. And after her, I would have to say Detective Hassan Shakur. Like, he's not down there for, like, just for being bad. He's just down there because he was a horribly written character. Like, a random understudy of Bill Henderson that we have never heard anything about, just randomly shoehorned into the show, befriending Black Lightning. Like, he did what he had to do, but his character really served no purpose. So he's going to be at the bottom with her. He just has to be. Next up, you may hate me for this, but next up, I'm going to have to put Samantha Watson from Arrow. Now, granted, she's a little bit more higher up than Angie Lopez, but she was just annoying to me. If I can say it this way, the um sassy black woman aspect that they tried to add to that character, it ruined it for me. Now, granted, she redeemed herself by holding up her end of the bargain and helping Felicity try to catch Ricardo Diaz, trying to catch the dragon and all of that. She did try to she risked her job by holding up her end of the bargain, but at the end of the day, it didn't really redeem her character from all of the crap that she was giving the characters, from our lead characters throughout the entire season. Granted, she was right. She was right on the money about who everybody was. She knew everybody's secret identity. Every time I rewatch Arrow, she just pisses me off royally. It's just too much. It's just too much. But after her, it would have to be Detective Kramer. Guys, she was the same way. She had it out. She had it out. She had it out for Killer Frost for no reason. She was so annoying. She was written horribly. She is part of one of the worst seasons of The Flash anyway. At least that beginning part. Once she began her meta journey of being a mimic or whatever, she got a little bit better. She's kind of like Samantha Watson in that aspect. She got a little bit better, but at the same time, she's still at the bottom of the list for me. I'm sure she's at the bottom of the list for a lot of you guys. Those are that's the bottom. That's the bottom of the barrel. Those are the ones that I cannot stand, like, at all. I cannot stand. Next up would have to be you guys might hate me for this, but Captain Pike. Captain Pike would not give Quentin the benefit of the doubt when it came to his support of the vigilante, when he ended up being right half the time. The only time he redeemed himself was when he saw Quentin going over the deep end with his pursual of the vigilante after Laurel's death, blaming him for Laurel's death and all of that stuff. Quentin was dealing with grief, and Captain Pike saw that. Now, what I will say is his death was horrible. Like, well, basically being electrocuted. In when he was trying to save the rest of those people in the elevator, and just one guy touching it killed all of them in that elevator. But yeah, his death was horrible. It was tragic. He's in the middle because he kind of redeemed himself later on. He was a hard ass. I cannot lie. He was a hard ass. He took no nonsense. He upheld the law to the very highest of standards, but he was, to me, kind of annoying at times because Quentin was also trying to do the right thing and he was doing what he thought was right by working with the vigilante. But some cops don't really see it that way, as we saw throughout the entirety of Arrow. So yeah, Captain Pike, let's throw one up for my boy. Next up would have to be Detective Singh. That's my boy. Detective Singh will always be one of my favorites from The Flash. Detective Singh. Figuring out that Barry was the Flash the entire time and not saying anything about it. That's goated. His cameos on Arrow and whatnot were super cool as well. Him vouching for Dinah Drake and all of that good stuff as well. Her being a wonderful cop, as we'll see, she's next up on the list actually. But him vouching for her and making sure that she got the job. Well, not that she got the job, but making sure that she would be a good asset to Team Arrow without actually knowing that. Well, that's what he was doing. Yeah, he'll always be one of my favorites. I'm so glad that he did get to come back as many times as he did, and him passing the baton to Joe West to be the chief of police or the captain. Yeah, Captain Joe West. What am I talking about? Him passing the baton so he could be captain to Joe West was also a very, very nice moment. That whole full circle moment with him revealing that he knew Barry's identity the entire time and all that good stuff. I hate it when he became a mirror clone because, like I said, Singh is one of my favorites. Him being rescued, that was so cool to me. And yeah. So next up, like I said, Dinah Drake, you can't leave her out. She upheld the law. She didn't fall into that annoying pitfall for me because the annoying pitfall that she had was while she was Black Canary. That's a story for another day. Dinah Drake, she was a wonderful police captain. I cannot lie. She did her job. She was playing both sides of the fence because she had to. But she really took being a cop seriously, and I can always respect that because she'll never abuse the badge, and she knew what she had to do to protect her friends. As you can see at the end of season 7, she worked up that plan with Team Arrow to protect Roy when he had his bloodlust issue. Although it pained her to do so, she knew what she had to do, and she did it. So after Dinah would have to be Eddie Thawne. Eddie Thawne was a top cop. He really was a top cop. I will say that they almost tried to ruin his character in this final season, but it did work out in the end. Well, yeah, Eddie Thawne was a top cop. He did have that anti-Flash, anti-Flash task force. But once he found out that Barry was a Flash, he still, had his apprehension towards not telling Iris. But that was good writing, good characterization, because he still knew that he eventually wanted to tell Iris the truth. He loved Iris, did not want to keep lying to her, but also knew that he had to in order to keep her protected. So yeah, his death was tragic, but I'm glad he got to come back throughout the series as as a Speed Force ghost or just flashbacks and stuff like that. It was good. It's always good to see. It's always good to see Eddie Thawne back on the show, and I'm glad that he got a big, substantial role in the final season. But yeah, that's where Eddie is on that list. So after Eddie, we're hitting the top 3. These are my top 3, and you will understand why once I name them. Quentin Lance. Quentin Lance had a phenomenal run on Arrow, from going to be just a detective to becoming captain to becoming the freaking mayor. His hate and disdain for Oliver, that whole transformation of their relationship to becoming the best of friends, from him admitting in his resurrection that he was wrong about the man Oliver was. Quentin upheld the law at every stand. He dealt with his demons. He was an alcoholic. He had that addiction problem. He loved his daughters. But yeah, that's what makes Quentin Lance a wonderful, wonderful character. I wish we could have gotten more of him, but yeah, he did what he had to do. He went against, he went against his authority at times, but he knew he had to do it. He figured out that Oliver was the vigilante. Like, he had Oliver pegged from the first day. He knew that Roy was the other guy in the red hoodie. Although, Roy, you're running around in the red hoodie. But yeah. So yeah, Quentin Lance is number 3. Next up will have to be Bill Henderson from Black Lightning. Bill Henderson was a freaking phenomenal character. He went out in such a tragic and graphic way. I'm so mad with how they handle his death. But Bill, after being initially pissed because Jefferson was Black Lightning and never told him. That's what made his career, chasing down Black Lightning back in the day on whatever Earth they were on, chasing him, trying to figure out what this man is doing, trying to keep him from killing Tobias Well, trying to catch Tobias Well and all of that. That's what made his career. He was a phenomenal cop, helping fight back against the occupation and all of that stuff, and giving his life to protect his friends and family. That will always put him at the top of my list. But guys, it is one cop. It is one cop above all cops. One cop who gave up his job because of what he believed in, and that is Joe West. Guys, you should have known Joe West was going to be at the top of this list. It's no way you did not know that Joe West was going to be on the top of this list at the beginning of 2024. Joe West Joe West is just Joe West. Like going from beat cop to detective to captain to retiring because he didn't want to deal with the BS of the justice system, because he didn't want to have to deal with what Kramer was doing at the time. Like, come on, guys. Joe West is a top tier character. I'm mad they had him retire, but Jesse L. Martin did a phenomenal job in this role, being that dad that Barry needed at the time, to being a wonderful father for Iris and Joe. For Iris and Wally. What am I talking about, guys? I'm getting tongue tied because I'm so excited. But yeah, Joe West, number one on my list. Remember, guys, like I said, this is my list, not your list. Your list may be in a different order. Again, this is not all of the cops that we saw highlighted throughout the years. Of course, there's Jonesy, whatever his name is, the guy that was messing. That was helping Cicada. He would probably be under Anna Lopez because, well, like, why would you even do that? Because you're mad? Oh, get out of here. But guys, let me know down below in the comment section what your list is, what you think about my list. And guys, like I said, if you are new here, please like, share, and subscribe. Become a channel member today. Let's start off 2024 right. Become a channel member today. And guys, I will catch you all next time.